Alright you guys, I got this extra long choke cable here that is not being used, and I want to use it to open and close a fuel valve. I've got this remote fueling set up here from a generator to find a place to install this choke cable and attach it to the valve, maybe some linkage. Let's see what I figure out here. I need to find, I can't have this cable taking any sharp turns. It's gonna bind. This countertop will be probably too thick to install this in it. Let's see what we got here. Just a little plate, yeah, maybe 1.5. Got a spot to go through for the cable. Got a 1/4 inch foot long bit on that drill. Cabinet there. Dripped a few drops of this 1040 down the cable here. Pulled it out, moved it to the side, got that moving. Very nice. hard line. Cable stops. I'm gonna drill a hole and put one on the end of this lever, cinch it down on the cable. That cable a few times and I didn't like it. It's too stiff, so I just got out another one of these door actuators, and I think that's gonna work out a whole lot better. Doesn't open it completely, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. So now we just need to run down a couple wires for that. I also relocated the camera. Gives a little better viewing angle of everything over here. Alright, the cable's been replaced with some wires. Gonna just put a two-way switch here to open or close the valve. Actuator came with. Worked out pretty good actually. I like it. You bend it by hand and it's strong enough to work. Alright, now that the sun's gone down and it's kicked into night mode, I can see, put 3 dots on that shutoff valve. So when the lever is up and it's shut off, I can see it clearly. I just used some of this paint marker. Couldn't really see it in there when the sun was glaring through the crack at the bottom of the door. So I might have to add a light in there. I like the new camera angle. I just can't see the vent line this way, so I'll have to bring that down and do something with that. Though I can see the reservoir, so I can still fill it up, and when I see the fuel dripping, I'll know it's full. Got a momentary double pull, double throw, 2-position switch. Gonna use this to reverse the polarity for that door actuator. So we'll have positive and negative on one side, flip it here on the other side, and on the common terminals we'll have an output that can be switched. Alright, I am chopping out all my wiring down here. It's all was kind of done up temporarily anyway, and it's kind of a mess, so I'm chopping it all out and rerouting some wires and just cleaning it up in here. The old generator cabinet light from up here in this little 4-inch space. I don't know why they put a light up there, but I'm gonna bring it down here and use it for the camera so I can see. Okay, I think the only spot I can really put it easily is just right here. Since I'm running low on the females, splice them together with these things. I know a lot of you don't like these crimps, these type of crimps. It's better to solder. I agree, but it's quick and easy, and this will last a long time, long enough. I've actually never had one of these fail on me, though I've seen them fail in older cars. Moisture gets in there and grime and dirt corrodes and the wires just break off, but yeah, these will last long enough. Okay, so get these back on here. Doesn't really matter which way, but I like color coding it as best I can so I know what's what. Okay, a little extra while. Oh, too much slack on this wire in here, but that's fine. We're here at the end of the wiring process down in the cabinet. Looking good, I think. I'd say so. Just need to go wire up the switches. Alright, holes are drilled, one for the light and one for the valve. So we got red and black, positive and negative for the light. Switch right there for that. Blue and yellow for the door actuator for the two-way switch. So we're gonna hook up ground to the light, positive to the switch, positive to positive, positive also to the two-way switch. Need a bigger wire nut. Wire nuts are nice in this case. So you can just take them off, put them on. I don't know, it's kind of weird doing this for a 12-volt circuit, but kind of feels appropriate inside the junction box here. And it's working out pretty good. Let's pull the fuse on this. Positive and negative from one side. We'll flip it on the other side. So, and this will go to the power supply. Okay, so positive, negative one way on one side, and then we flip it on the others. And there is our polarity switch. Okay, and here's the light switch. Attach that to power. Alright, a 9/16 actually works perfect on these nuts. Wish I would have known that sooner. Scratched it up with a needle nose like crazy. Oh well. This liquid electrical tape, I like it. I haven't used it too many times before, but it's really handy in some circumstances. Goop it on and call it good. You can double coat this old stuff, why not? Yeah, screw it, don't need the gasket. I'm gonna line it up. Alright, finally, this is all done. Alright, so put in some LED indicators as well. So we got monitor, valve open and close. We got the lockout for the fueling button, and when that lockout is on, you got a little indicator light to remind me that that is on. And that's sweet, I love it. Also an indicator for the lighting down there, just in case I forget that that's on and I flip my monitor off. And this way I won't, you know, have an extra power drain that could potentially run my batteries dead. My fueling station. Alright, so monitor and camera. And we got our lighting switch now. Boom! Look at that. Hey, that looks pretty good. Time will tell when I got a bright sun glaring off the ground, though. That's can be pretty bright and overpowering. But the point is, I can see that little valve where I put the 3 yellow dots, and I can see visually that that is closed. And then of course we have an indicator for the lockout. Boom! Kind of a crazy thing to do just to fill up a generator, but hey, this thing keeps me going for hours. I was thinking about, I almost ordered a label maker so I could put gaming juice right there, but got too many other things to worry about. Yeah, so boom. You know, we can shut that off, make sure my dome light's off, turn it back on. And then a test of our shutoff valve. Boop. And close. Open. Close. So boom, open. So now I can fuel. Hit that button. Run the pump. Doom. Close the valve. Beautiful day today. I could have connected the light to the monitor switch, so whenever the camera's on, the light's on down there. But I wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not, and I still get night vision this way. Let's go get that generator back down there. It just got a fresh oil change, ready to go for another 300 hours. Predator 2K. Vent line. Actually, that needs to droop down into the view of the camera now that I've relocated it. Which actually would be too hard to do. I could just secure it into the bottle somehow. Maybe get a zip tie on that. Yeah, that sucks. That seems to have a short in the switch. Work it a little bit, see if that helps. Okay, there's something I'm gonna have to look at a little later, but I found a sweet spot there. I think I should be okay. Anyway, that seems to be working good. Okay, still do. Even though that doesn't open all the way, it doesn't seem to affect the flow. Doesn't seem to affect it too much. Yeah, that was only maybe the second time I've ever had that start after the first pull. Must be happy about that oil change. This is awesome. Look how cool that looks in there. It's like a little freaking, I don't know. It's the power generator room. Power reactor. Zoop. Close the valve. Can't pump. Open the valve and you start pumping. And I have the option for night mode, though it's not kicking on right now since there's daylight shining right at the camera. It would be good to have an indicator at some point, but I would need, there's no way to do it here without running some wires down to here with like a micro switch or something to sense when that is closed. But I can do that at a later time. I'll just have to remember to keep an eye on that. Got my stopwatch going. 1 minute, 30 seconds. The longest I've seen this taken so far on a completely empty tank was 4 minutes. So it's been a pretty good gauge for me just to watch the time and how long I've been holding the button and where I know, kind of guesstimating where the fuel level is at. Dribbling into a bottle, but this will work for the time being. Good as new. So here you can see the sunlight beaming in from under the door and around the generator tray, kind of making it hard to see. Flip on that light and we can see. That works out pretty good. And at night I can still use the night vision, which I like sometimes. I don't know. Either way, I like the way that turned out. Got that vent line dropped down. Put a zip tie on the end of it so it can't slip out of that lid. I can get some more slack and it can just hang there. Now I can really see that when it gets full. And I've got an idea picked out for adding a fuel filter in there. I got a new cap ordered so I can experiment with this one. I'd like to either, the fuel line just goes through the cap with some sealant around it. I would like to have an actual fitting on that cap for the vent line. So I'm gonna try something with copper, putting a copper line in there, and I could clamp on a larger hose and then add this in like right there as a viewing window. But that'll be a future project. I need to wait for that lid to get here, and I'm going to see about yeah, either adding a copper line, or maybe if I could get a tap and die set, then I can thread in a fitting. Just fueled her up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we got some air bubbles there indicating we got a full tank.